I'm Betty. Welcome to my kitchen. About 20 years ago when we were living in Virginia, our kids would come down for the weekend. And one of our sons-in-law's favorite treat was to go to a local diner and have sausage and biscuits. Now I've got to tell you, this is one of the most unappetizing things I had ever seen in my life. And I actually refused to eat it. But he loved it. So one day I decided, well, as a treat, I'll make a homemade version for him. And I did taste that because it looked so much better, and I couldn't believe how delicious it was. Now, I'll grant you this is not a breakfast you're going to want to have every day in the week. It's not exactly low calorie, but it is a delicious treat when served on homemade buttermilk biscuits. And you'll find a recipe for those on my website. So here we go, making sausage gravy. So our ingredients are a tablespoon of butter, a pound of sausage meat, which I've crumbled, 2 tablespoons of flour, some hot sauce to taste, a small onion, finely diced, and a 1.5 cups of milk. All right, I'm going to add the onion to my melted butter, and I'm going to cook this for about 5 minutes, or just until it's softened. Once the onions are softened, we're going to add the sausage meat, and we're going to cook that until it's nicely browned. I've broken it up a bit already just to make it easier to get it going in the pan. And just continue to break that up. Actually, we're going up to visit our daughter and son-in-law this weekend, and I thought as a treat I'd make a batch of this and some biscuits and bring them up with us. I hope you'll enjoy it. Once the sausage is cooked and you can't see any pink remaining, you're going to scatter over the 2 tablespoons of flour. This, of course, is going to be the thickening for the gravy. And we're going to stir that in for a couple of minutes to make sure there's no raw taste flour. There is nothing worse than having a gravy where you can taste the flour. This is just going to mix in with that fat and be quite tasty. And just keep cooking that. Now we're ready to add our 1.5 cups of milk. That's just going to go right in there. I'm going to let that come to a simmer, and eventually it will thicken. You can see my gravy has come to a simmer. It's bubbling nicely there, and it's lovely and creamy and thick. So now I'm going to add a little bit of hot sauce. You can use Tabasco, your favorite brand of hot sauce. I like to add just a little, and you can always put a bottle of hot sauce on the table and your guests can add it to their taste. But a little really does perk up the flavor, and it also takes the gravy away from being that sort of pale gray color to a nice rosy pink. Make it look much more appetizing. And that is just about done and ready to serve over a nice warm buttermilk biscuit. And I just happen to have one already. So I've just split my biscuit. I could use a better spoon than this, but just going to scoop over some of this delicious sausage gravy. As I say, not something you'd want to have for breakfast every day, but it sure is a delicious once-in-a-while treat. There you have it. Southern biscuits with sausage gravy. Enjoy.